We live? Hey, welcome to the Seal Podcast, episode 261, February 21st. I'm your host for this evening, and on my left, right, up, and down is Neil.
Hello.
Hello,
How are you
you're kind
doing?
of all around me, surrounding me.
Oh, that's weird. Not on my screen.
You alright?
What are you saying? Hey, what are you saying? Fraser
My
says he's on
sound
his way.
is on his
So
way, is he?
hopefully I'm going to
Okay.
press the 3-player button in a moment.
Oh god, more work, yeah.
But yeah, it's so shocking. Shocking. He couldn't have turned up fucking 5 minutes ago. I don't know. Fucking work, that boy. That's all he does.
How are you?
Honest.
You good?
Yeah, impromptu visit to the pub this evening. So
Hey, I thought that was a standard like Friday afternoon.
I don't go to the pub normally on a Friday. No. My wife has been to a wake this afternoon. I say a pub, it's the club, literally 2 minutes away.
Right.
So
where it sells cheap beer and
yeah, and people have already had beers when you turn up, and they go, "You can't go home yet." I'm like, "Okay, then I'll have another beer."
You can't just have one.
No, well, I could have done. I should have just had one and fucked off, because then I wouldn't have had the other 3 that I ended up having. But there we go.
Talking about beers.
Yes, here he is.
Here's Fraser.
He's here in voice, but not in vision. There he goes. Look at him. What a beautiful man.
Thanks.
You got a haircut?
I shaved my head this morning, yes.
You did your DIY haircuts, are we now?
I've always been DIY.
You're a bit of a tight arse. Told you
I'm
didn't want to miss this.
Yeah, is this going out live?
We're live already.
Yeah, literally just started.
No, because I like to know if I'm being abused live.
Yeah.
Or...
Like it makes a difference.
No, it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, haven't got an 18 certificate on this yet, you know.
Yeah, back in the pandemic, you know, I used to get a haircut down the barber's like everyone else, and then when the pandemic hit, I just ordered a pair of clippers.
Why am I paying £12? Well, probably about $50, isn't it, for you?
It's not cheap getting your hair cut these days. Yeah, it's about $50. Yeah,
$50.
40,
Seriously,
40, you're not going to see much change out of 40
That's
bucks.
outrageous. It's 15 quid, I reckon. Is a standard barber cut, I reckon, in the UK.
I get mine done for like, I think it's got up to £12 recently, and that's
that's cheap.
That's literally you.
I'm not saying anything, Dave.
Yeah.
I used to get my hair cut a lot cheaper when I lived in Toronto. There was a lot more options.
Where do you live now, then?
Well, I live outside
You're on the suburbs.
I'm in the suburbs, and I'm in a town just sort of like.
Would you call Toronto a conurbation these days? Is that what it is? Has Toronto reached conurbation status, or is it just a city?
It's got I think, a greater population of something like 4 million or something. So it's
quite a lot.
Small.
That's fucking loads.
Yeah,
that's bigger than most places in the
town
UK.
I live in here is about 125,000 and climbing.
Yeah, got a lot of immigrants there, have you?
Oh, we got. Well, I'm an immigrant. Everybody's an immigrant in this country. We have quite the diverse population. Yes, we do. Which lends itself very nicely to food. My wife and I went out for Vietnamese at lunchtime. It was staggeringly lovely.
Don't get much Vietnamese around here.
No, you don't.
Definitely don't get many Vietnamese everywhere. Yeah.
There's a new place in Northampton that's a Vietnamese and
Vietnamness, hopefully, but Vietnamese.
Vietnamese.
I could open a Vietnamese restaurant and be completely legit.
It's true.
Because I just made it up.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised we have expensive haircuts around here. There's a lot of Teslas, which I think tells you everything you need to know.
You fucking fascists. Anyway, let's take it a turn.
No, that's all right. Nothing like a bit of fascism at the end of your...
Well, it seems to be the trend these days.
I guess. All right, so...
Well, you're taking over now?
No, I'm not taking over. You're all right. You're going to host.
No, Dave was hosting.
Oh, I'm hosting.
Oh, you're hosting.
Yeah. I've done the introduction. So, awesome. Right. Well, shall we skedaddle onto some footy?
Well, Dave's keen to get onto the footy for some reason this week. I don't know why that could be.
You said I had a pretty good week this week. So
Well, you were only the fucking top scorer, weren't you, Dave?
No.
Oh, he didn't know that.
He didn't fucking know.
No, I didn't know.
Look at him fucking pretending he doesn't know.
Okay. I tried to go on to earlier, and
I can't see scores for last week, unfortunately, on the screen because it's already kicked off this week. But
yeah, no spoilers on the score, please, because I'm going to watch that later.
Oh, okay. As if you're going to watch it later. We're going to watch it in bed. Like 2 in the morning. It's already late.
Morning. What?
It's already late for you, I mean.
Yeah, but you guys are all... Well, actually, it's Friday night. All bets are off on Friday nights.
Yeah, we usually stay up quite late. Oh, I do.
I don't know how you do. Friday nights are when I go to bed before you guys.
Yeah. Anyway, we're waffling.
That's fine.
Yeah, so unfortunately, last week's scores aren't available.
Hey,
on screen
get control. Come on.
This is my section now.
Yeah, this is Neil's gab.
So I'm going to have to do this from memory. But Joel Reeves has gone top. I remember that. He did all right. He got over 100 points last week.
You can check the website.
I could do that, but that would mean messing up the stream. Dave got something like 112 points last week.
113.
113, yeah. Nice. Good work, Dave. Well done. All that time berating him on the podcast has finally paid off. And he didn't even have Beto.
No.
After I told him not to put him in because he never plays, and then he scored 4 goals in 3 games or something. Maybe it's one to bring in. A bit late now for this week, but they got Man United this week, so could get a hat-trick this week.
Bloody hell, Dave got 113.
Yeah.
I'm trying to catch him.
He had the massive differential to Marcus Rashford, who banged in 9 points, was it, I think, last week?
9 points, yeah.
Yep. So he had all the ones it's like every player on his team scored points. It was like, that's a week you dream of. A week you dream of.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you had anyone on the bench that scored more points either, which is always a winner.
I'm just looking now. Every single one of my subs either was 2 points, and it wasn't as much as the people on the pitch. So
that's all good.
And I put Emery, the assistant manager,
in. That works out. It was looking dicey until they got a late equaliser. Do you know what's kicking me though? I'm kicking myself. I've had Virgil van Dijk for the last 3 weeks, and he's been fucking useless. Trent Alexander-Arnold gets subbed off early, banks the clean sheet points, then they concede, and then Wednesday night he goes and fucking scores. Like, that's really fucked me off. But there we go. Such is the FPL life.
Yep.
There were about 4 teams I think that got over 100 points. I can't remember now exactly who they were. I think my boy did all right.
Pilch got 102.
Oh, yeah.
Matt Arnie got 104.
Oh, yes, that's it. Arnie did
Joel Reeves at the top at 102.
Arnie beat Luciano in the head-to-head, I think. Was it Luciano? I think. You can still see that in a minute anyway when we get to head-to-head.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Luciano has fallen from 1st to 3rd in the main league. Kinzit maintained 2nd place. Joel Reeves went top. Lewis is 4th. Nathan's 5th. And it's Christian. And then all of a sudden, my boy Adam is up in 7th place. No spoilers for tonight's game, but he's crowing a bit at me so far for his transfers that he made tonight. Let's just say that. There we go. Head-to-head wise, Mr. Kinzit stayed top, extended his lead back to 6 points because Luch lost. My wife, she won her game, I believe. Or did she? I can't remember. Anyway, she's 3rd, Lewis 4th, Christian 5th, Elusive Man 4th, 6th even, if I can read. I'm going the wrong way from 5th. Mr. Morse, you're slightly fewer points behind than you were before last week.
Yes, I had an all right week. I mean, I've had a couple of good weeks.
Who did you beat? You beat somebody.
Christian.
Yeah, good work. Got to beat these Forest fans, haven't we?
Yes.
There's too many of them.
I did it for you.
They've been too cheery lately for my liking. As a little fan.
They didn't win it the weekend, did they?
Did they get beaten again?
by Fulham.
Ooh, imagine that. Got Newcastle this week. I bet they're
I can't
thinking they might
imagine
win.
that. I think we
Bet they're
got beaten
thinking
by
they might
Fulham.
win. Who's we? Chelsea scum.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can have a look at the fixtures actually for last week. Oh fucking hell! It's on the wrong minute. I can sort that out. Yeah, Mr. Arnold beat. Oh, he beat my wife 2 points. Yeah, so she didn't close up. Pilch won. Beat Adam. I beat Daisy Reed. There was a draw. Scott and Will, 80 points each.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Lewis lost to Andy Cox. Well done, Andy. Get in. Chipper's not doing great lately. She lost again. I think that was the biggest Tonkin, actually. 49 points, was it? Pretty close to, if it wasn't the biggest.
Daisy Reed is 39.
Yeah.
36, sorry.
Who else? Oh, Gary beat Redmond. The Battle of the Gars and the Garfather. Mr. Gar won. Dave, you obviously beat Luciano. Well done. Huge round of applause for you. And Mr. Moores, you beat Christian 91 to 84. Well done. Finally catching up, because a lot of the people down the bottom lost. So
yeah, I've kind of cemented my place off the bottom 4.
I've got Tim Bradstock
you're
this
all
week,
right.
so I need to win this week. He beat me the last time I played him, I think, and I was well frothing. So
Yeah.
Who
I'm
was he?
slowly climbing my way out of the dirt.
Well, you say that, you're still bottom. And you're still 5 points
Well.
away from climbing yourself out of anything.
Well, yeah, but I'm. Oh no, yeah, the head-to-head I am. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry, I'm talking
yeah.
about the normal league.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're going to
slowly
look at
down.
the normal. Yeah, let's see if we can find you. I'll just keep scrolling down a bit further.
I'm at 26th now.
Yeah.
But every time I think I'm about to gain on Dave, he pushes up with me. So we're sort of. That's fine. I got a little rivalry with Dave.
Where's
in my head.
Dave?
Good. He's 24th.
24th, yeah.
He's quite a long way ahead of you, actually. 35 points. That's quite a good lead. Quite a good lead. I don't think we've got anyone troubling the top ends of the actual total game this year. The last I looked, the top overall was over 1,900 points, which is more than 200 points clear.
1,800. A load of people on 1,800 or something.
Yeah,
so I mean,
that's
we are
quite a long. Yeah, we're nowhere near troubling. Like Joe was in the top 400,000, say. So that's not bad, because there's a lot of people play this game nowadays. But yeah, I'm hoping things go well for me tonight.
Of course you are.
Just checking if there's a bit. Okay. Yeah, I'm on a -8 this week.
Ooh, big spender.
Yeah.
I didn't get any subs in before this week. I missed it.
I was on a -4 and I
of,
had the big fear about tonight's game. I was like, oh, that could go horribly wrong for me if I don't get the right players in. Turns out so far, I've got the wrong players in.
Oh, no.
Couldn't afford the right players, let's put it that way.
Yeah, I had a bit of a mare last week, actually, because I had Gakpo and
Oh, you didn't play?
for both for double game weeks, and neither of them played.
Oh,
So
ouch.
the saving grace was the defender went out and brought Guardiola back in, so I clawed back 6 points for that. But
How are you feeling about Guardiola this weekend? They've got Liverpool, by the way, Man City.
Guardiola's always a bit of an odd one, right? Because I always think, Man City are doing crap, blah, blah. But then they might get battered, but you know what? Who knows?
They got battered by Madrid in the week, and I think I'd put Liverpool on a par with Madrid in terms of how good they are. I don't know what happened with Newcastle last week. They totally shat the bed and got battered by
exactly.
Man City.
So I mean, they lost 4-0 to Newcastle and they got held 2-0 by Villa. So
yeah,
anything is possible this season. All bets are there. Nothing is a certainty on any game that I can see.
No.
So
nope.
Arnie's here. Arnie's here with his 100 points. He's in an Isaac sandwich, apparently. He is, actually, looking at it, yeah. But I don't know. Hopefully he'll become the lower layer of that sandwich soon. Let's not go there.
No.
As long as I'm not in the middle of that sandwich, I guess. I don't really know.
It's too much talk of sandwiches.
Yeah. Should we move on? I think I've had enough of that.
Let's crack on. Should we go to listener stuff?
Go on then.
So we've had a message from MS Rangers.
On Blue Sky.
On Blue Sky. Oh wow. Okay. I did wonder where that came from because that wasn't in Discord. Evening, boys. Welcome back. I hated Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. Brought it cheap, hated the combat system, probably did around 8 hours. Now, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, wow, what a game. 40 hours in and loving every minute. Combat is still not great. What game did you not get on? Hang on, that didn't make sense. Combat is still not great. What game did you not get on with but ended up enjoying the sequel? I don't know, actually.
I didn't play Assassin's Creed 1, so I can't use that classic answer.
I know there's got to be something in there.
How are you feeling about?
I haven't had a chance to think it through.
Alan Wake? No.
No, because I mean,
you're not super loving the second one.
I'm not super loving the second one, and I never super loved the first one, but I did play quite a bit of both of them.
Arnie says The Last of Us. I'm not sure about that. I feel that's the flip reverse it.
I think most people preferred the first one, didn't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Mass Effect.
I only ever played the first Mass Effect. I haven't played any others. Apart from Andromeda.
Mass Effect 2 was the best one out of the lot.
If I'd have played The Witcher 1 and then played Witcher 2, I reckon that could be one. But I haven't played any of those. Spider-Man 2, Arnie is chipping in with.
No, don't know it.
Played both. I played about the same amount of both, I reckon. Struggling.
Call of Duty 2.
Ooh, yeah, I never played the first one, I don't think.
No, neither.
Does anyone remember the first Call of Duty? Anybody?
No. Well,
is Call of Duty the first one everyone?
It was the first one, I think, on the Xbox 360, wasn't it? Was the first one on Xbox 360? It didn't make much of an impression if it was.
No. I don't think the first one was on 360. That's what I think. I think the second one was on 360. That was the first one on 360, and that was mega. Probably looks well shit now. But it's a bit of a struggle, honestly, to think of.
Borderlands, that's a good one. I preferred the second and the third one.
Yeah.
Against the first one.
I didn't play enough of any of those. But I did think about this earlier and I couldn't think of anything, honestly. Because I was like, oh, Destiny. No, played fucking loads of the first Destiny eventually as well.
Just Cause? Just Cause was really 2, 3.
Did you even play the first Just Cause?
Yeah.
I don't think I played the first one.
I don't think I played much of any of them, to be honest.
I have to keep that one on the old back at the back of my head just to see if I'm sure there's one that's going to pop up, which is going to be
Balatro 2 when that comes out. I'm sure you'll love that a lot more than the first one.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm sure
Hollow Knight
more games.
Potential.
We're never going to see the second one of that.
Yes, we are. Although my prediction doesn't look great. Far Cry? Just trying to think of old games.
Actually, no, a lot of people don't like Far Cry 2. That was the malaria.
I thought it was...
that was the one that had malaria that people had to keep on healing themselves with. And
what about Halo? No. Halo 2 was stonking. I wouldn't say I didn't dislike the first one, though. I did dislike the first one. But Halo 2 was big.
I never liked any of the Halos, to be honest. I never liked the time to kill and the mechanics of it.
No.
Anyway, thank you, MS Rangers, for that question. We might have more in-depth answers next week when we have time to think about it. We've had another one from Discord from Just Wondering. Is the typical video game collection the equivalent of a makeup bag full of half-used beauty products? If the next generation of consoles were to be...
It's 2 questions.
Is it 2 questions, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So I missed a question mark. Make a bag full of half-used beauty products.
Probably not a bad, what to call that?
Analogy?
Yes, that's the word. Well done, Dave. Good job you're here. Good job you haven't had 4 pints down the pub before, so.
It could be. I think people are.
Half used is a bit generous.
We're all predisposed to that sort of collection. I mean, I obviously don't have a makeup bag. Well, not obviously, but let me tell you, I don't.
It is obviously, if you look at it, let's be honest.
But I have a teenage daughter, so I do see there is a significant amount of beauty product purchases happening in this house right now.
Well,
definitely not for you, though.
And I'm sure half of them go unused.
Or used once, or yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like records. For me, it's like records, right? Not so much.
You've only half played them.
I have tons of records I haven't even played. Right, I have tons of records that I've played once, maybe not played.
Literal
much,
physical medium that you haven't.
Yeah,
played.
Probably. Yeah.
Got some records I haven't played yet.
I don't buy records anymore. But every record I think I ever bought before I stopped buying records, I reckon I've definitely played every single minute of them.
Yeah, but I've bought a lot of bulk purchases. But anyway, I mean, I have a lot of games that I haven't even played. I'm sure I have.
Definitely games is like, I've got Witcher 3 barely played, and I bought that when it fucking came out, nearly over 9 years ago.
This is the problem, isn't it, with the age, time, and money, analogy.
Exactly.
Is that the older you get, the more money you've got, but the less time you've got. So the games that
until you've got nothing but time.
That's right. That's right. Past Fraser could never have suddenly gone out and bought like 10 CDs or whatever, and that was never going to happen.
No, you bought one and you listened to it for like.
Future Fraser buys 10 CDs and then can't do anything with them.
Yeah.
I see. Mintsafe's asked a question. Sorry, in the chat says, "What am I drinking?"
Feel better.
It's water.
What's up?
I'm drinking water. What's up with that? I've already had too many beers.
Oh.
Don't worry, panic though. I've got a beer in reserve.
Okay, good to know.
So, yes, yeah, like that comes with our age. I know I played a lot more and finished a lot more games when I was younger, when I had more time, and it was a sole focus of because I couldn't afford anything else.
You didn't have anything else to take your attention away. You just
you know what you guys are gonna love right now. I'm so close to pressing the button on a pair of speakers, and I'm like, what are you doing? It's happening again.
You don't need to.
It's cyclic. I tell you, it's happening again.
Yeah.
You need to keep that money in your pocket. Why don't you buy a game on Steam with that money and then refund it so that you've got a little bit of extra credit for when you want to buy a game on Steam?
So question number 2 in two-part question. Well, not two-part. 2-question comment. If the next generation of consoles were to be digital only, would you consider ditching the games consoles and just going PC only?
How many of us really use the consoles?
Never. I haven't even got a PlayStation 5.
I noticed you didn't say Xbox.
I've got an Xbox.
My answer to that would probably be maybe, I don't know.
I think when I was younger, I did use the fact that the physical medium had value, and I traded in a lot more games.
You got mugged off basically because you had value. It wasn't really value, was it? If you took it to any of the shops, you weren't really getting any good money for it. They get it a lot because the stories I hear from your American-based podcast talking about GameStop and how much you could buy a game for full price and then finish it within a week and still get 90% of the value back when you traded it in. I was like, that never fucking happened over here. It's like you bought that game. It was like buying a new car. It was literally half the price, at least, at best, when you took it back.
Well, that was I know, was it CEX? Or yeah, CEX.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Game used to take trade-ins back in the day. So
yeah, I know. I used to use CEX, and so I think they used to do it. Yeah, it's about 50% if it was like a month or two after release. But if you'd done in-store credit, it was like 75%. Yeah. So for a new game, you'd just give them like 15 quid. plus the old game that I'd no doubt finished and got bored of anyway. So, yeah, like when I was younger, definitely that like if it was digital only, I wouldn't have been able to afford it. And I'm surprised that kids can afford it nowadays.
Well, they have subscription services to make that easier for you, Dave, nowadays.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of a different take on that one because I like having the consoles. I'm not bothered to. I mean, I can't remember the last time we bought a disc. I mean, I rent. I get my discs sometimes from the library for the odd game here or there. But I'm not
anything in the old Series S from the library lately?
No chance.
Well, it's because it hasn't got a fucking disc drive.
Oh yeah, that's true. I don't even think they have a selection of Xbox games there. I'm not sure anyway. But I wouldn't know because I haven't looked because I haven't got a disc drive, as Neil's quite rightly pointed out. So I'm effectively digital only on my consoles anyway. But the console, I don't find... See, PCs don't lend themselves to couch play very well. I can play on my...
You could
sort of. I mean,
you could bang out the old Steam Big Picture as a launch point for your PC. Just boot it into Steam Big Picture, and it would be.
And I do that. Like I have my PC connected to the main TV, but it's a bit of a faff. It's not a lot of a faff, but it's a bit of a faff. But even if there's
that's
a bit
because
of a
you've got it
faff,
connected to your monitor still.
yes.
If you literally just had one connected to your TV, I don't think it's that much of a faff nowadays.
You're probably right, but then I don't know whether I could see that happening. I mean, maybe, but that one, I don't know.
That's what my daughter does. She has her PC connected onto a 45-inch screen. Yeah, it does look a bit
she
weird.
launched into Steam, or she launched into a Windows desktop and then fanny about
launched into Windows desktop and then used Steam Big Picture mode.
Yeah.
I mean, you could literally just start that up as a startup option in Windows. You could just get your PC to boot straight into Steam Big Picture. It's not that complicated, Dave. Honestly, it's not that complicated.
It is for her. It's just.
Well, you could help her. You could teach her.
I know
the ways of Steam.
She uses it for like Minecraft and Roblox and stuff. So.
Well, that's not on Steam anyway.
Yeah.
No. I don't know. I mean, I do like the ability to just flop down on the sofa, press one button on my controller, turn my TV on, and away I go. I don't think I get that ease of use with the PC. It probably could be easier if you were to look into it.
It's still Steam OS on your PC instead of Windows.
Yeah, I'm sure there's all sorts of roundabout. But, again, now once you start saying, well, let's do this, install this, add this, or whatever
out
like
of
that.
the box.
I mean,
easy.
It's not out of the box, right? Yeah, and that's one of the barriers for PCs, and always has been and always will be probably for a while.
Till Steam machines come back.
But I do see a future, and not far in my future, where I probably don't own a console.
That's because everything's going to be an Xbox. Have you heard that?
Yeah, I don't know about that. We'll see. But would I buy it? But if they released another Xbox, would I buy it? I don't think so.
And I reckon they probably will.
Yeah, I just don't see myself forking out the money that they are going to want for it. I don't think I would get the value out of it.
Who bought your PS5?
My son.
Yeah, you're getting good value out of that for your dollars.
So I'm getting sort of good value out of that. But even then, I don't play it that often. Maybe a few hours.
I think I would. I haven't got an Xbox since the One. Didn't get a One X or a One S. My oldest Xbox, or the most recent Xbox I own, is an Xbox One Elite.
Right.
Which is covered in a thick film of dust. And Xbox stuff happens on my PC. Obviously, later this year, it's going to happen on a PlayStation and a Switch and everything else, as predicted. But for the time being, it's just on my PC. And I have a PS5 for, I don't know what reason. Basically for Gran Turismo. So...
and for Astrobot.
Yeah, I buy some exclusive stuff on the PlayStation, and I have got a PS Plus extra subscription, so I play some bits and bobs that I might not normally play because they're included with the sub. But yeah, I buy shit on Steam. By shit, I mean good stuff, and I play Xbox Game Pass stuff on my PC, and I play a few exclusives on the PS5. The ones that I don't know. Some of them don't come to PC from the PS5 so far, but quite a lot of their stuff is now coming to PC. So, do you even need a console? Even if you have if you're a Sony fanboy, you could just spend an exorbitant amount of money on a fucking PC and do it that way instead. Or you could buy a cheapish PlayStation 5 and get all of that stuff for a lot less money, but maybe not quite as good or better, depending on the version that turns up on PC. So we'll see. I think I'll have I'm happy with my PS5 as it is. Don't feel I need to buy a Pro. Don't know when the PS6 will come out. I probably won't buy another Xbox either because I'll just get it all on PC. And
yeah.
Can't afford to upgrade that either. So I'm not willing to pay the money that the current upgrades are available for sure.
Right.
So we'll see. But
yeah, I don't know. I don't.
But no one's mentioned the Switch in any of that.
No.
Well, yeah, I was going to mention the Switch because I do think I'm going to buy a Switch 2.
Okay.
And I've said that before.
Until you find out how much they cost.
Well, yeah. I mean, it all comes down to that. Yeah, of course it does. I don't know. We'll see. Buying the Switch 2 is all going to come down to whether I really think I'm going to get the value.
The value of it. Yeah.
And that going to be what would you want to make your Switch 2 purchase happen?
What, to make it worth it?
What would make it worth it?
Well, probably having kids who would play it would be one, but both my kids are fast approaching leaving house age, right? My son, well, yeah, I mean, it's very possible, right? They're both getting up towards that. So we'll see. I don't know.
Can't see mine leaving anytime soon.
You need work on that.
Yeah.
I'll make it as miserable as possible for them, trust me. But it's not
I believe you.
Start charging them rent.
One of them's getting charged rent.
Oh, okay.
Not enough, apparently.
Is that going into a pot to kick him out?
No.
No. That's going on food.
It's going into a cleaning fund for a shithole of a room.
Cool. All right. Thanks for that question. Just wondering from our Discord. Let's go on to what we been doing. So we've been off. Obviously, this is our first time back for 2 weeks. Neil's got a. I missed apparently a epic Saturday night drunken.
Oh yeah.
I went for a little experiment last Saturday. So how much can you drink before you pass out?
So what's the story behind this? So what
I don't know. Really, it was just like my wife quite regularly goes out with her friends, and they're my friends as well.
Yeah,
obviously, but they're all ladies, so the ladies get together basically. And so last time,
did you not have any drinks on the Friday night? Did you miss your like?
No, well, I had some drinks on Friday night probably, but not many. Not just a normal amount.
Yeah.
Not normal. But Saturday, I was invited out with the ladies and another fella of our group. So it's a complicated mix-up these days. But some of us are married and still, some of us ain't. So we all went out anyway, and it was about early afternoon. We started. We got home at like midnight.
When you say early afternoon, is that like 3, 4?
3:30, I think we left ish.
Okay.
The house.
Okay.
And
did you go to some trendy?
No.
No.
We went to the Black Lion downtown, which is like the nice pub in town.
Yeah.
Not sure I'm allowed back.
Really?
Well, I did spend quite a lot of money in there, so maybe they'll put up with the beer on the floor because of the amount of money we spent in there. But yeah, it was. You remember when we first met up in London?
I do.
I got pretty wankered that night.
Yes, you did.
And Dave basically had to carry me out of there. I didn't get to that stage where I needed to be carried. But last week, I was pretty fucked.
What are you drinking? Just beer?
Well, it was ales.
Right.
And what I've discovered is ales are dangerous. Right? Because they're not fizzy, you can basically drink it like it's water.
Mm-hmm.
So I can drink a lot of pints of water, but then you do need to go for a wee, generally quite a lot. Basically the same as going drinking lots of ale. You just, at the same time as needing a lot of wee-wees, by drinking a large volume of liquid, you just get really wankered as well. So, yeah.
You got to think if you're on the ales, you got to be drinking the weakest ones, right? The 3.2s.
The session ales. Yeah, well, there was one. This is early. I remember this bit. There's one. They've got lots of weird named beers in the Black Lion. It's a proper ale pub. They had.
Right.
I asked for a Bass, and when we got there early-ish, didn't have Bass, so I had to have something else. So I had a couple of pints of Suffolk County, which was nice. Excuse me. And then I was like, I fancy something a bit different now. So I had a pint of Shag Weaver. Yeah, this is the kind of ales we're going for. Weird names. And I was like, after a couple of sips of Shag Weaver, I was like, not really feeling that. And they were like, but I'm going to have to drink it now. So like, well, you might as well down it then. I was like, well, okay then. And so I downed a whole pint of Shag Weaver. And that's, I think, where it started to go a little bit down.
That was at 4:30, was
it? So, and then
that
I
was
think
the first incorrect move.
Yeah, about 9:30. Well, my friend and her husband, well, both friends, like they left because whatever reason they had car business to deal with, so they had to move their car, so they couldn't obviously drink a lot.
They made their excuses.
Yeah, they fucking left early. They could see where this was going. And then there was just 3 or 4 of us, and I reckon at about 9:30, I was probably ready to go home. I reckon that because I don't have a fucking clue what time it was. But I do then remember my old school friend turned up. So basically the whole day had to start all over again from scratch.
Hadn't you forgotten about that for a few days?
Yeah, I had. Yeah, I did.
Because we were talking the other day and you went, oh yeah, my friend turned up.
Yeah, the friend I haven't seen for like, I speak to a sort of regular-ish in Tesco's every few months I see him. And it's like, we should definitely go out for a few beers. I was like, yeah, we definitely should. And then we never fucking do anything about it. And that was the night we went for a few beers. But I'd already had quite a lot of beer by the time we went for a few beers. So, yeah. That happened. But I'm still here. Just about.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we were blessed with your presence.
You'll have to fill me in like on what happened when I got home.
Well, yeah, we were playing games. Hunt, we were in a group. You came in. You did a lot of football chanting. That was pretty much defined the first hour of your time with us. Was no matter what we said, you turned it into a football chant.
I don't go to the football, to be honest. Okay?
I'll give you this, Neil. You're a lovely drunk. That's fine, and so that's good. As we were saying,
it's good. I didn't upset and annoy everybody. Eh?
It's the people who are not the nice drunks we're not interested in. You know, you're fine. You're actually quite affectionate when you're drunk. To be fair,
that is a problem.
That's all right. That's all right. You're friendly, so it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah,
yeah. Very amusing, fun to be around.
Next time there's a threat of beverages as a group, you know, maybe come along, and I'll be affectionate to you as well. I'm not fussy, honestly, when I've had a few.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. It's good that you're having a good time.
Yeah. So that was that bit. That was the first day of my holiday last week.
Is that the alcohol limit test you've written there?
That is, yeah.
Right.
I didn't quite reach the limit, apparently.
Does this flow on to the next thing?
No, not really, because obviously I bought my new barbecue last year.
Yes.
And it got quite nice heavily used through the summer.
Right.
And then it got covered up and the weather got shit. And we had a couple of days where it wasn't horrible weather. And I was like, I definitely need to get out and have a little look at my barbecue and make sure it's not fucked. Because I spent a lot of money on that.
Yeah.
And I'd be well pissed off if it's going to shit and rusting or something.
That'd be fine.
Yeah, well, I opened it up and I was like, that's quite mouldy. So I turned it on.
Yeah, you just burn all that off.
Burnt a lot of the mould off, and then it was like, after a good 20 minutes, I was like, there's still quite a lot of mould on this. I need to do something.
I don't think I've ever seen mould on my barbecue. That's
there was quite a lot. That was grim.
Really? From what?
Just food, I guess.
Oh, what do you just leave food in there or something?
Well, no, it's like on the griddle bits. Like I was like, that needs a bit of a scrape. So I burned a load of it off and then got out the old scraper.
Actually, to be fair, I think the mice just eat all the stuff off my barbecue that gets left in
mice?
There. Yeah, they're always in there. Did I never tell you that story where I
barbecued a mouse?
Well, I turned on my barbecue and then I lit it with a match and it went boom, and I heard this scramble, and then I looked below and there's this mouse just sitting on the gas bottle shaking with singed fur. They're always in there. Yeah, I don't know if they've been in as much as recently, but I think they go in there, pick off the food or whatever. So I always just like high fire it and get it nice and baking hot before I cook food on it, just to kill everything.
I'm just thinking of like the Star Trek Tribbles, like just a big flamethrower and all these like things just jumping out your barbecue. Like,
that's right, yeah. Critters.
Yeah.
Well, there was no critters, unfortunately, in my barbecue that could have nibbled away at all of the shit that was growing. So I cleaned my barbecue the other week this week, and looks a lot more healthy and edible. It's like a lot more useful for cooking. No, I didn't cook it, but what happened was, in the intervening time with me burning a load of shit off my barbecue and scraping it all and wiping it clean, most of the shit is now in the base of the barbecue, which probably needs a good sweep out. Right. But my gas bottle actually ran out.
Oh.
Well, because my first gas bottle has been finished. But what's obviously happened in the meantime, I don't need to know what's going to happen now, is I bought my gas from Homebase. Homebase has gone into administration, obviously. Well, it's not beyond administration, it's been bought by another company. I'm not sure they actually sell gas bottles anymore. So I've got a gas bottle that's empty, and I don't really know what to fucking do with it.
Any
easy peasy. Go look at just start looking for people who do propane. Like a lot of places will do, they'll have a massive propane cylinder on site and they can refill it. You just got to look around.
This is not North America. I don't think people refill things on site in here, this country.
Of course they do, man. You're the same as us. Go find in an industrial estate, like forklifts run on propane. Tons of shit runs on propane in your country.
I don't think they do in this country. They get charged up with batteries now.
Not all of them. That's not suitable for all.
Propane. There's no way fucking forklifts run on propane over here.
All right.
Yeah, they do. They all are. Yeah.
That's bollocks, mate.
No, they're all run on propane. Most forklifts, unless they're electric, propane.
Oh yeah, the ones that are electric, they'll obviously run on electric.
Generally,
I'm not sure I've ever seen a forklift that's run.
If they're forklifts that do a lot of outside duty, they'll be propane.
Yeah, they are.
Propane, not like proper diesel or anything.
No. It's
no.
propane. Yeah.
Yeah, we used to change the propane tanks on our forklifts all the time.
Yeah, but B&Q do Calagas.
B&Q.
Biogas.
Will they take a home-based bottle though?
No.
Or am I going to get stung for a whole fucking new one?
Who knows, mate? You know what? Here's the thing: you have to get off your fucking ass and go find out.
Well, good luck is I've got another bottle in the shed, which is full.
All right. Well, I look forward to your 2 empty bottles. Yeah. We can already we're already predicting that future.
It's just more future content.
Yes. Pro tip: get the other one filled.
Yeah. All right. I'll take your tip.
That was the point of 2 bottles, wasn't it?
There was, to make sure I had one when the other one went out. And I was like, well, I've still got one, but I ain't likely to use it anytime soon because the weather's shit.
Just barbecue anyway. You cleaned it. Get out there.
It's not shit like it is. It's in your country. You know, when the weather's shit in your country, it's still nice.
Summon your inner Canadian and get out there and just barbecue.
You wouldn't fucking stand out in the fucking rain. That's not Canadian weather. I can't even see my
barbecue right now.
Canadian bad weather is still, nice.
I barbecue in the rain though, all the time.
Oh, that's wrong. Yeah, but our rain's rank.
Oh God. Man up, barbecue in the rain, and go get your gas bottle sorted out.
Well, it's easy to go barbecue in a gas
and take your car in for a service. All the listeners
are
getting
doesn't need a fucking service.
That's what you always say.
And it's all fixed now, apart from the leak.
It's all fixed except.
Could have spent this whole week buying a new car, but I didn't. So I've saved myself a few grand this week. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Right.
Save money. Yeah, I'm gonna look out for.
I bought some bits though. I bought a new dehumidifier. I took a dehumidifier to pieces. My old one, which was not working, but I'd already bought a replacement because I think this is pretty fucked. I've had it 9 years, and it says online a dehumidifier will probably last 3 to 5 years before it's basically broken. And ours lasted 9 years, so that was a good one. And I replaced it with the same model. So,
or it worked for 3 or 4 years, and you've kind of been running it for 9 years.
No, it's definitely been collecting water for the whole time that we've been using it until recently. And like this one, took it apart, give it a good clean, put it back together, ran it for a good few hours, and it had not collected any water. I was like, yeah, this is fucked. So there we go. Exciting stuff. Bought a new doorbell. I've had a good week. Bought a new doorbell.
What, a ring?
No. Nothing fancy. 30 quid. A button that goes on that side, and 2 things that you plug into the sockets, which have got pass-through sockets on. And the magic thing is, the button that you press doesn't have a battery.
What?
It's a mechanical one. Like, you press the button, and it literally is a physical... Not quite that. But when you press the button, it has like some sort of thing that it generates an electricity.
Actuator.
Yeah, generates enough electricity to send a signal to the things, so you don't have to put a battery in the thing. So basically, it lasts forever, instead of having to replace a battery every, I don't know, like 5 years or whatever. So, and I bought some low smoke alarms. Put those smoke alarms up.
Oh yeah, we had the smoke alarm chat. I bought a smoke alarm too.
Mine are smoke/CO alarms.
Yeah, I need a CO alarm.
I bought a CO alarm as well, but separate.
I got Fire Angels. I did. They're like the #1 brand in the UK apparently. Probably still made in China though. Yeah. But yeah.
Are they just replacements, or did you have to fit them up?
No, what I did do is instead of screwing them in, I put some sticky pads to go on the backs of the mounting plates and just stuck them on the fucking wall. I'm like, fuck, screwing these things up.
When they fall on the floor,
they don't know, because there's no more nails, Steve. It's great.
Well, no, I was going to say when it's hot enough for them to fall on the floor.
Well, yeah, then you know it's the fire. Yeah,
that's the early warning system.
Yeah. Well, I test them and they're loud.
You can tie a load of pots and pans to it, so when it falls, it makes a load of noise, and you know there's a fire.
All right. We're all funny, aren't we?
Yeah.
What brought that on then? Was it just like...
Oh, they've been fucking needed replacing for a while.
Well, I think I was talking about it, wasn't it? Wasn't I? And that sort of spurred you into action.
It's like, oh yeah. I know when I looked at them, I was like, oh, actually, this one's fine. It's not out of date at all. So I've just...
Yeah, that's right, because they do have a maximum life.
Yeah, so I accidentally think I did, and I'm going to take responsibility for it, but I think I accidentally threw one of my smoke alarms out. Because when we're cooking in the kitchen and it sets the alarm off, then we take it off the wall and just put it to the side. But I think I may have dropped it into one of the bins by accident, and it got thrown out, which is fine. So I ended up buying a replacement smoke detector. No internal battery, lithium battery, 10 years. I didn't have to change it. I don't have to change it. So it's 10-year shelf life. That's fine.
Right.
That's the same. My Fire Angels are the same. 10 years. Yeah. They don't work. Like you put the base on, and then you put the thing on, and then you have to twist it, and then it activates.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what it did on mine. Yeah, which is pretty cool. It's probably the same thing, different brand.
It's probably very similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were probably, like I say, they're probably all made in China, just got different brand names on. Like everything else you buy on Amazon.
That's the public service message, though, people. Make sure if you haven't got smoke alarms in your house, get fucking smoke alarms in your house. Okay.
And if you've got gas in the house, get carbon monoxide alarms as well.
If you don't have smoke alarms in your house, grow the fuck up and go put some smoke alarms in your house. There we go. Right.
I had some, just not everywhere that I needed them. So
yeah, but you got to have them.
Yeah, it's a relatively small expense for a little peace of mind.
That's right. You don't want to be facing the graves of your family and going, "Oh bollocks!"
Yeah, I wish I'd spent that 30 quid.
That's a throwback to the really old advert, isn't it? Where the bloke is looking very sad at the. It's like, oh, if only I'd checked the batteries in my smoke alarm.
Yeah, that's exactly your first thought when you're burying your family.
The way they encourage you to do it over here is as soon as the clocks change. So when the clocks go forward or the clocks go back, that's when you do all your battery
check
changes.
Your fucking check everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably not a bad system. You Canadians, you're so clever.
I got a visit by the fire department the other day. They go around house to house. Yeah.
Is that because you're on a special
estate? They don't have any fires
estate?
to put out. No. So here's the thing about the fire departments these days: is they don't actually have any fires to put out, right? So you know that fact, right? There's a massive percentage of fires are started by
fire people. Nothing better to do.
Well, they say I'm not saying it's like rampant, right? But they say the incidents are quite high because what happens is the fire service.
I bet they start really good fucking fires though.
This is they know how to, right? I guess they get, but the reasoning is that the fire service is one of those things like any other service, like the police.
20 other jobs, all of them.
Just let me finish. I'm talking. In that. It tends to be a family thing, right? So my grandfather was in the fire service. My father was in the fire service. And then what happens is these kids get into the fire service. And because we're so much better at not having fires anymore, they're the ones sitting around at the dinner table with no stories to tell, even though they're in the fire service, right? And so apparently incidents of fire people.
Right.
What are they called? Fire officers?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, take that with whatever kind of pinch of salt you like, but I'm pretty sure that that's a thing. Yeah,
but it's funny because in places like in Canada, surely there is areas that
you've got quite bad fires, I think, haven't you? Sometimes in Canada,
control or controlled burns, shall I say, in forested or around forested areas where you've got quite a lot of build-up of dry material.
I think so, but like any big towns or cities or whatever, there's X number of fire departments around the city, right? I mean, here in my town, I think we have 4 fire departments, right? So,
whenever I hear of Canadian fire service, I imagine American fire service.
Aren't all the Americans moaning about how bad the fires are in Canada, though? All the time.
I think they're more moaning about their own fires right now.
I don't know.
So anyway, that could segue on to me actually.
The fires emigrating from Canada to America. Those damn fires.
That's right. We were exporting. I hope they paid a tariff on it.
Yeah, fucking bet they have.
So, segueing into me then, if I may, the big thing for us here is that we had a lot of snow, and I think it's possible it could be the most snow that I've seen since I've lived here. We had a massive dump of snow middle of the week last week, and then once we got all that cleared, it got to the weekend, and then we got a massive dump again. So I got it, and it's been like -10 all week. It's not going anywhere either. So it's been here.
Some epic pictures.
It's crazy. I mean, it really is. It's one of those things, you're talking to people and you're like, 50% of the time you're fed up of it, but the other 50% you're sort of like, this is quite impressive and good to see. It's nice to see all this snow. But I mean, I'm looking out right now, and like there is like people's roads and driveways, and that is it. Everything else is covered in like 4 foot of snow.
People not leaving their houses.
No, we are like everything's clear. When the big snow falls, the big snowfall comes. The problem if you get a massive amount of snow here, what happens is all the people who do snow removal have to do the commercial contracts first. So if you as a resident, you may be delayed half the day before the guys get to you to clear the snow off the driveways or the road. Like I'm a private road, so I rely on the snow guys to come and clear it. It's not the city's not going to do it. But yeah, we're just like almost just running out of space to put it. I went walking with the dog this morning. Still, this is days and days afterwards. and I walked through one bit and like just didn't even realize how deep the snow was. Like 2 foot of snow just fell just straight down into 2 foot of snow. You know, my dog down the pathways, he can't get into the sides of the pathways. Like all the pathways now are like 2 foot. You've got basically 2 foot of walk, and the rest of it is 2 foot of snow banks on either side, right? But it's great. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's really cool.
You posted a pretty epic pic of your dog on the top of a load of snow,
great.
and he literally looked like something out of Elden Ring.
He looked he looked like quite magnificent in that. Yeah, and then we've also got
like, that motherfucker's killed me about 20 times in a row.
Yeah, we've got and then the other thing, but you know what's interesting when you get these sort of extreme weather conditions is just the other things that you don't really think about. And so the other one that is happening now is that you know we have tons of snow on the roof. You have a little bit of warmth coming up from the house. It's melting underneath the snow, which is causing that water runoff to go over the side of the house, which is then freezing. So we have massive icicles on the sides of all the houses now. Like if you go look through at my bedroom window, and I have a full-length bedroom window from top to pretty much from floor to ceiling, and it is all icicles, like you can see just across the window. And we had contractors in today now with ladders and chipping away. They're onto everybody's roofs.
Are they dangerous then?
Yeah, man, it's a lot of weight. It's a lot of weight. Yeah, Dave's our resident eaves trough expert. He knows. He knows. So yeah, I mean, I was wandering around the other day going, that looks like it could pull the eaves troughs off. This could be expensive. And so I think the corporation who runs our complex said, you know, we better head this off.
Flamethrower.
It's better we pay the money for somebody to do this than we have to pay the money to repair it. So
it's not
no, they were just. I was thinking that maybe I should put my heat gun on a pole and just sort of like send it up there, which is
burn some more dinosaurs,
which is totally doable.
Just a shovel and a scraper, or like a
that sounds dangerous.
Well, I can't get to the problem is I can't get to the back, right? Can't open the back gate, can't get to it. Plus it's a high house like Neil's. So anyway, yeah, it's pretty neat. It's pretty good though. It's cool.
It's literally cool. More than
probably cold. Are you working from home at the moment then, or are you in the office?
Well, I don't go to an office anyway, so
he goes to lunches and things like that. Events
sometimes. Yeah.
I thought you still had an office that you went to.
No, not very often. Well, we do have an office, but I never go there. I haven't been there for 2 years. If that, maybe even 3 years now. I don't think I've been there.
So it's not like the old days. Like, oh, I'm snowed in. I can't do any work. Damn it! It's like no. Everyone's outside, like enjoying the snow on sledges and skis.
Certainly, last weekend though, I wanted to go down to Toronto to do some stuff, but I'm not going anywhere near the city unless it's absolutely necessary because there's no space, right? I mean, the car parks are half full of snow, so you know, it's just a gong show everywhere. Dude, where do you put it, man?
I don't know. Where do you put some ice? Put some grit down.
No, but where do you put the snow?
You just put some sand, like salt on it.
Are you so
salt over it?
It just refreezes. It's too cold.
What are you talking about, mate? I don't think you understand the quantity of snow. The quantity of snow we're talking about.
Yeah, just fucking chuck some salt out there. It'll be fine.
I know at the airport they have snow melters.
Right? Well, that didn't work so well, did it?
Snow melters.
Let's be honest.
No. I was going to say that you had an aviation issue incident quite close to you, didn't you?
Yes, we did. Yeah. Luckily, no one died, so that was good.
Did they not?
No.
Yeah, I watched it, and it was just literally like a normal landing, and I was like, nah, fuck it, I'll go on its back.
It looks like it's. I didn't really see too many videos on it. It looked as though they just slammed hard into the ground, and then
they were coming down a bit too fast, were they?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, but it was pretty bad, the weather. So.
Yeah, I don't know if that was weather related or what, but I remember you saying it was like snowing bad, and then there was a
plane on its back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well. I didn't see it, but I didn't watch any videos because I'm a bit not into seeing real bad things in real life.
No.
If I don't have to, but yeah, people were walking on the ceiling to get out of the plane, so I guess.
Yeah.
I watched all of them. Some bloke was Facebooking like, I've just been in an airplane crash. Yeah. There was.
Did you watch the videos of the horrendous fucking turbulence? What was that over? Where people were like fucking flying into the ceiling and flying around the cabin and shit. Did you watch that one?
No, I've
not
heard
recently.
of that.
It was a few months ago.
I think my wife said she was on a flight once when it was pretty bad like that.
Well, it literally drops like 2,000 feet in about 2 seconds, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?" As they like twat their heads on the ceiling and bounce around the cabin. No thanks.
I generally keep my seatbelt on all the way through a flight.
I generally don't fucking fly.
Yeah.
So
I'll get the plane to do it for me.
Hey, see all these folks. Yeah. So anyway, I don't have much beyond the snow. I don't think. I'm sure I could come up with some other stuff, but whatever.
I don't feel like you have to.
No, I don't.
Cool. I've got just a couple of things I want to quickly talk about. I rewatched The Matrix the other day. It's a good story, but oh god, it doesn't. The CGI doesn't age well.
Well, the bit at the end, the only bit at the end, it doesn't look great. The rest of it was alright.
Anything to do with the Sentinels, it's not great.
I don't think it's that bad. I watched it not that long ago, and I didn't think it was that bad, apart from the very end, and I'm like, that looks a bit shit. But
yeah, I think it's nearly 30 years. It was 1999. Oh, 25 years. 26 years. You could really do a remake or a relace or like a
refresh.
They remade it would be fucking shocking. Well, they're going to do a Star Wars special edition on it and ruin it for future generations.
I think it needs it. It's still a good film. Still enjoyed a lot of it. But yeah, The Matrix, Keanu Reeves.
Legend.
The only other thing I've been doing this week I want to talk about is I bought a new laptop for my daughter.
Sort of laptop have we got?
It was a Lenovo jobby.
Has it got a graphics card?
It doesn't have a graphics card.
Okay.
It's 16 gig. Basically, it's for her school, and I specifically bought one without a graphics card because I didn't want to play games on it. She's got a PC for that, but she needs a laptop for her schoolwork. So bought one of those. I've basically spent about 3 days just setting it up, installing all the updates, everything like that. Today, randomly switched it on, had a BitLocker lock on it. I was like, what the fuck?
What's that?
BitLocker is
thing.
It's like it protects the hard drive against changes. So if it notices anything's changed on the laptop,
it's like that thing when you install programs on Windows, but it's like an extra one of those.
Yeah, and it stops you getting into Windows, and it's like I didn't even realize it was on, but basically it was on as default, and because I logged in as my daughter's Windows account, it had created a BitLocker account for it, which I didn't realize. Right, I spent ages trying to sort it out.
Dear.
Anyway, sorted it out. It's just like, why is these random things like switched on? And it all had all the Lenovo
bloatware.
crap. Yeah, it's just like spent ages uninstalling that and had McAfee
on
it. And
it's bonkers, man. Like for 30 years, we've probably been telling the manufacturers, no, I mean, there can't be one person out there who's gone, I want this stuff.
I know.
It's bizarre.
Yeah. So, like I have got like a version of Windows, a cracked version of Windows 10, 11, maybe, I can't remember. I was like, do I just install this and just? But I'm like, no, I want to do it all properly, because it is. If it was for me, I'd have just done that. I'd just re-imaged it with a cracked version of Windows. But because it was my daughter, I was like, no, I'll just do it properly. And it's just taken so long. 3 days basically. I've been installing all this crap. Well, uninstalling all the crap, and setting it up and updates, and so it's just like, yeah. So, but it's done now. It's all there. She can crack on. So, yeah. But yeah.
Pain in the ass, isn't it?
Yeah, pain in the ass. But no, she's got. It's a good laptop. It just doesn't have a graphics card. But saying that, I was looking at the Xbox Online stuff, and she can if she actually really wanted to, she could just go and play the online version of most of the games.
What?
If she
On
wants
the
to.
PC?
On the
On her laptop.
So
Yeah.
The laptop.
what,
Xbox,
like
don't
via
forget that.
streaming? Are you talking about?
Yeah.
Everything's an
Yeah.
Xbox. I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but like, I was like, oh, I don't want her to have a graphics card because, well, she could still play the probably Roblox and a Minecraft, but anything else, that's not what the laptop's for. It's for her education and schoolwork and stuff.
Yeah.
But then I was looking into it. It's like actually most of the stuff that she probably want to play is Xbox Online anyway, so she could play it through that if she worked out. But actually, like, I've hidden all the Xbox stuff on
Because that's all included in Windows now.
It's all included and integrated, and it's like defaulted to load up like as standard on.
Once you log into your account, hey, look at all the stuff you were playing on your other thing.
Yeah, I'm like, I know, like as you're setting it up, it's like, what is this for? Education, yeah, and development tools and stuff like that. And one of the options is for gaming, and like that, I specifically said that wasn't ticked. But as soon as it loads up, it's like Xbox, like here.
No.
Fuck off, yeah. So it's yeah. Anyway, new laptop. So she'll be starting on Monday with it. So because she's away at the moment, actually. In Manchester.
Nice. I've been looking at FPL.
What's happened?
No, I'm not saying anything. Because it was spoilers.
Oh, okay.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. Okay. Just next week's.
No, it's current. It's literally like just one game. But
okay.
Get it?
Right. And that's basically been it, really. I haven't really been up to much the last couple of weeks. I enjoyed Valentine's Day.
Did anybody continue watching The Hotspot? Did anybody watch The
I haven't watched any more of it, no. How many episodes are there?
There's 3. The fourth one will probably be out this weekend. Honestly, no word of a lie. I was watching the third one. And again, I'm watching it and going, I'm not sure why I'm watching this. And then by the end of it, I literally had tears running down my face. I was fucking rolling. I don't know what it is. That thing just tickles me pink, that program. I cannot recommend it enough.
I haven't listened to this week's CADcast, so I assume that's why I
think about it. It's just a guy. I don't know if that. Yeah, I don't know whether they still watch.
He's the least likely superhero.
It's the way he's just getting. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to spoil it, but it did make me laugh.
Clark Kent makes him look like, well, he makes Clark Kent look like a superhero.
Yeah.
I got out on my motorbike not last weekend before. After on the Saturday or Sunday after our last podcast. I realised it'd been about 6 weeks since I've been out on a motorbike, and I was like,
did you buy another one then?
No. No, I was absolutely itching.
How's your neighbour?
I haven't seen him.
He's moved out.
Literally haven't seen him. Not.
Have you drawn a line or have any what do they call them?
Repercussions?
Reparations or something? Reparations?
Reparations. That's what they do when like you've been slavering people.
That's like you pay money, but no, I haven't seen him. Yeah.
Look, reparation, the making of amends for a wrong one has done by paying money.
Yeah, no reparation, no reps.
Won't be seeing much of that these days.
I haven't seen him. I haven't been out of the house.
Going out of his way to not see you. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Because he might actually murder you.
No, I think he was just pissed off.
Well, I imagine.
What can you do? No, yeah, when
you've apologised. I don't know what else you can do other than reimburse him.
maybe take my statue down.
What? Like
in the garden.
A statue of I fucked up your garden.
Yeah, destroyer of trees.
Once seen here, a nice garden. Not anymore. Thanks to Dave.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it's been not as bad as
get a blue plaque printed for him. And like, this used to be a nice garden, then my neighbour fucked it up. And give that to him for Christmas. You might see the funny side.
You might see the funny side. Yeah.
Oh, that's very funny.
Yeah, well done, mate. Yeah.
Did you think about doing that when you'd had a few pints? Yeah, thought so.
So yeah, that's about it. Really, not a busy week, to be honest. So I know Neil's got a lot of games to talk about.
Of course he does.
But
he
been
takes
2
it
weeks.
seriously.
It's been 2 weeks.
Did you want a?
Yeah, I need to break.
I had a freshness break already because I couldn't wait any longer. You were yapping, and I had to go.
Well, if Dave doesn't need a break, you can carry on. But I need a break. I gotta go pee.
I need a break.
Right, we'll have a break.
For Dave, let's go.
All right,
Let's go.
Go then.
And we're back. Thank you. So let's talk about what we've been playing this week, or 2 weeks.
Fraser's got loads on there.
Fraser's got absolutely fuck all. I've got some random stuff.
I ain't got time for games.
And Neil's got his weekly.
There's a few things that I've not played a lot of. I'll just say that.
All right. There's a few things that I'm very interested in. So
okay. Shall I start with something you're not interested in?
Yes.
I played a game called Astrobot on PlayStation 5.
I'm interested in that one.
Oh yeah.
I like the look of it. I ain't gonna play it.
I finished it this week. Say finished it.
Wow.
I've seen credits. There's still
credits roll, but yeah, there's
more I could go back to do. Nice credits. Yeah. You know, it's like you can play through the credits. I like games where you can play through the credits. It's a good game. Did I like it? Yes. Did I love it? No. Did I swear a lot at it? Occasionally.
Wasn't this like Game of the Year or something?
Yeah, a lot of people give it Game of the Year.
Do you think it's...
No doubt, everything is polished to perfection. Nothing wrong with the game whatsoever. Absolutely perfect game, but I just don't love it.
Yeah, I think I was the same. I think that's the same. The aesthetic of it wasn't my cup of tea, but I never would say it's bad.
It's definitely not bad.
No.
Everything, like I say, it controls perfectly. Everything that, well, I say that. There's a couple of things that annoy me. It's a 3D platformer. So when you're jumping in 3D space, sometimes you think you're going to make something and you don't make it. And that's annoying. But the worst thing about this game, for me personally, is some of the fucking bosses.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Like most of them, like you... I don't expect it to be easy, but sometimes I just thought, that was a bit cheap. That was annoying. This isn't fucking Dark Souls. Why did you fucking do that to me, you twat? But on the whole, a very good experience. Like I say, it looks stunning. As far as 3D platformers go, I'm not sure you'll see anything better. And the things that make it Astrobot are all very good. They're all PlayStation sort of specific almost, and that's if you really love PlayStation, I think you'll really love the game. And I don't dislike PlayStation, and I've had a lot of fun with PlayStation over the years. And if anything, that probably was one of the things that got you back into gaming back in the old 90s, if you had a few years off, maybe. Because all of a sudden it was cool again when PlayStation came around. Whereas it was basically a nerd hobby until PlayStation came along.
Yeah, I can see that.
And yeah,
it still is.
Yes, but
no, I like the PlayStation how they shoe all that in. I didn't play too much of the main game, but when I was playing that one that came with the PS5, I spent a lot of time, probably more time than most, just looking at the things that they gave you. right? Because you could do
like the gallery and all that shit.
The gallery of the stuff that you collect, and and I thought that was really cool. The level of detail on it was really sharp, and it was nice to see. And I really, I've always liked Sony's hardware. The aesthetic of Sony hardware has always been, I think, maybe not so great the last 10
PS5 has
10
definitely
years.
fucked it a bit, I think. But
Yeah, it started to go from the PS4
gone a little bit
down
over a bit too much. And the original PS3 was a bit visually, as an object, was not very nice.
Yeah.
My Slim, PS3 Slim was, I reckon, was one of the nicest looking consoles there's been.
I would agree with that. I have one.
I've still got one. It's in a box, but I was like, that is a nice looking piece of kit.
Yeah, I agree.
Bit understated, nice shape, but
good size.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, Astrobot was very good, and I'm not knocking it in any way. But it wouldn't have been my game of the year, even if it finished last year. And it's not going to be my game of the year this year already. But it is incredibly well made. And I might go back and do some more bits and bobs. But yeah, like I say, some of the boss fights, I was just like, for fuck's sake, I can't believe you just fucked me like that. That's really annoying. Like, I don't know, I feel like some of the bosses in Mario, you have a fight. I don't ever remember losing over and over and over and over and over again to the same thing. Like, you know the mechanics straight away. And I knew the mechanics straight away in most of these ones, but for some reason, it was just like, what the fuck, mate? What the hell? How have you killed me again? Like, that was cheap. And then there's some of the sort of optional levels where you have to do something. Like, there's a map of the sort of each, like, there's a big map, a top level map, if you like, where you have to unlock galaxies. And then in those galaxies, there could be like secret levels that you have to do things to unlock. I don't know all of them, but occasionally you're like, something could be flying across like the mini map, and you like knock into it, and oh look, all these other little spaces have opened, and they're like themed around the symbols of a PlayStation controller. So there's squares in one place, circles in another place, X's or crosses. What are they called? I call them X's most of the time, but I think they're called crosses.
I think we know them as X's, but they're officially.
I think officially
crosses,
they're crosses, but
yeah.
So there was one. Most of those levels, I have to say, I've been like swearing a lot, like it was a fucking Dark Souls level, going for fuck's sake, because literally you have to get from the start to the end without dying, and they are some of the most challenging levels I find in the game. Like, you've got to do a perfect run basically, and they've usually got different mechanics in each one of those. So you need to learn the mechanic, and then you need to nail every fucking piece of it. And there was one that I'd literally just quit because I was like, I'm going to fucking lose my shit if I don't fucking quit this level, because I'm going to fucking go mental. It was one of the X ones, the cross ones that I was playing. And I kept getting right near the end after I don't know how many times of dying. And then I just, like, I couldn't, it was a time-based thing. And that's well annoying. Like, you literally, like, if I don't make it to the last block before it starts spinning, it was a time, like, you literally could freeze time or slow time. And if you don't get there quick enough, then it goes back to full speed and you'll instant fail. And I'm like, oh, fucking hell, that pissed me off a lot. But effectively, it's an optional thing. So you don't have to do it to finish the game. I've got about, I think it said there were 310 total bots that you can find. And I've got 8. Or was it 301? Anyway, it's just over 300 bots you can totally find. And I've got 215 or something out of them. So you don't need all of them to finish the game. But it's one of those.
Does it tell you which ones you found and which ones you haven't?
Oh, it tells you in each level how many you found out of how many there are to find.
Okay. Right.
So you can go back and like that's an annoying thing as well. Where you find a bot, because they go from like, say there's like 7 bots in a level to find, and it, like, every time you find one, it puts it in its slot. And if you find one and it's not the first one, you're like, oh bollocks, I've missed one. So you have to like, you go, I better go around and have a fucking look if I can find that one. And sometimes they're easy to find, and sometimes they're not. And sometimes you have to do special things like to find. What the worst ones are like when you get near the end of the level and you've got every single one so far, and then the next one you get is like a gap in between. You're like, oh, you fucking bastard. I've been everywhere I fucking thought I could go. And there's one I've missed. But it gives you something to do, doesn't it, I guess, if you love it. If you love it, you'll go back and do it. And I ain't uninstalled it. But it is a very good game.
Mm-hmm.
But it ain't my favourite game. So that's Astrobot for you.
Right.
People love it.
Yeah. Well, not your game of the year, but you know.
Certainly not. But I had my game of the year. What was it again? I can't even remember.
I'm pretty sure it's Dark Souls.
No, it was Laura Lee.
Was it Laura Lee?
Was it? Was it?
No. Go on, Dave.
Sorry, dogs are attacking each other, to be honest. I finished the My Little Life game. The endless game that you can have on the background. Well, I've kind of finished it. I've finished.
Apparently, it's not endless.
It's not endless, but it is. But like, I've done everything. I've 100%ed it. I'm like, it was a fun little £4 distraction. I still might have it on because I've grown attached to my
You
little
can still
characters.
play at work while you're doing it. Play at work while you're playing the game.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just a fun little thing. It's still being updated and there's lots of updates to do. But so I think like a lot of these games, I jump in quite early. Like do as much as I can in that time, and then don't go back to it until about 3 or 4 years later. So yeah,
it's this early access technically.
It's just a very early game. I'm not sure if it's early access. I don't even know. Let's have a look. Good radio here. My Little Life. Store.
I've never played a game that like sort of plays on top of your desktop but you can still see what's on your desktop.
It's not technically an early access. But there's a lot of updates that they're doing. So yeah, like adding professions and adding other things and yeah. So yeah, it's a stupid little game, but for how much it is.
How much do you need to pay attention to what's going on?
Nothing, literally nothing. Like once every like half hour, literally a couple of minutes of interaction with it. Yeah.
I don't get it, Dave. I honestly don't get it. Can you literally? Does it have to sit on top of your desktop?
No.
Or can you just like hide it behind? Yeah. Does it tell you when something needs doing?
No, not really. No, you just go onto it and go, oh, okay, what needs doing? And you flip through like 6 or 7 different characters and go, oh, okay, right, I can do this. Yeah. I don't know. It's just my brain. It's weird. But I was only going to sort of talk about it very quickly because I want to talk about my main game that I've been playing, which is the next one on the list.
Very quickly. Oh, you're talking about that game very quickly.
That game very quickly, and I want to talk a little bit more about my other game, which I think Fraser's actually been playing as well. Which is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
I know correspondent of the show, Mr. MS Rangers, has also been absolutely loving this game.
Yes, he's put in more time than I have. He says he's been put in 40 hours.
40 hours.
So far. So I haven't got that. Well, nearly enough like that. But I'd never played the first one.
Oh, you never played the first one?
No. No, it wasn't even on my radar. But I think I heard quite a lot of discussion about this one before.
What on earth made you play this one if you'd never played the first one?
I don't know.
Everybody's raving about it, though.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's the thing. I got it because my son's got it.
Right.
Through Steam sharing. But I think he was caught up in the hype of it, right? You know.
Yeah. It's such a in-depth RPG.
RPG.
There's
But it's no magic.
No.
You're role playing the real medieval times.
Yes. In Bohemia, which is sort of middle Europe, like Czech Republic around there, Austria.
But they all speak English, do they?
For convenience, yes. But yeah, it's a very beautiful game. It's very difficult. It's like even the fact of having to save and like brew your own saving potion to create a save game.
Speaking of brewing, have you got pissed in the game?
I haven't.
No.
Apparently, to be honest, it's one of those
Apparently
games.
Everyone encourages you to get wankered in the game.
Yeah.
So maybe I should play this game.
Yeah. I don't know. It's I saw credits roll after about an hour
You
and a half.
finished it?
Not credits. That's the wrong word. Not credits. Introduction credits.
Right, okay. So the tutorial lasts a good hour and a half before you see the.
It was going on for absolutely forever.
What do they call that? Titles.
The title screen. But yeah, I was playing it and I was like, okay, right. I'm not sure when I should save yet, or I was playing it for about an hour and I was like, okay, right. I'm gonna save it now. And I literally saved it, went away, came back, and then sort of played a little bit more, and then like the title screen came up and I was like, oh fuck. Like I haven't even finished the tutorial yet. But no, I'm really enjoying it. It's quite a slow burner. I haven't played the first game, so I don't think I've missed much.
Did you get a recap?
There's bits and bobs. Sometimes when people are talking, it's like, oh, remember when you did this? It's like, no. And then they tell you like, oh, you know, you were in this battle.
Me on Assassinate.
Yeah.
Remember this?
No. How much have you played of it, Fraze?
4 minutes.
Okay,
he definitely hasn't finished his tutorial.
I started it and it went through all the siege of the building, and then my guy walked out and they handed him a crossbow, and then I just noped out. I was like, I can't be bothered with this. But again, that was, you know, to be fair, that wasn't obviously not the game. I haven't given the game a fair shake. What I saw looked quite slick and was gearing up to be quite the experience. Yeah, I just wasn't in the right frame of mind for it, and so you know it wasn't to be. But I think I will get on and see if I can get something out of it.
You've got to, because everyone's chatting about it and saying how good it is. So you have to go on and poo-poo it for everybody.
Yeah, I can do some poo-pooing.
Spacebar is the button to skip storyline and conversation.
That's what he needs to know.
So just smash your way through that.
It does look very pretty.
It is an amazing looking game. Yeah, there's lots to it, and I've barely touched. Like,
what's it like playing a game where like it's oldie times and there's no magic? Oh, you played Chivalry, and I played a little bit of Chivalry too and stuff, but that was literally like a brawler. Go in and fucking fight.
It's similar to that, but this is like a story.
But there's a big old story.
Big story. The story, open world, and it's very well modeled. And it's
first person. I didn't realize
first person. Yeah. I'm not even sure if there is a third person button.
I feel like it would have been a third person game, but apparently it's not.
No. Apparently you can date people.
Oh.
Yeah, from what I mean, I don't really have any idea what to expect of this game. But
there's dog. There's a dog.
There is a dog. Yeah.
Oh, there's dog. But there's a lot of freedom in it, right, to do what you want to do, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's you're discouraged from stealing stuff, but apparently stealing stuff and
I saw
selling is the way to go.
Oh yeah.
They basically ended their game really quickly by stealing something they shouldn't have done. Just got completely murdered.
Right. So, yeah, that can happen.
They didn't end the game in a good way.
No. No, they ended it quite quickly.
So yeah, I'm very interested in playing a lot more of it. I did get quite into the alchemy in making potions and stuff.
I thought there was no magic.
No, it's alchemy.
What's that if it's not magic then?
It's just brewing stuff. I know flowers and.
Can you
other bits
turn
and
lead
bobs
into
and
gold?
No, that's
alchemy.
Is that alchemy?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I'm not thinking of alchemy. I'm thinking of
Alcohol.
apothecary.
Alcoholing.
Apothecary. That's like
Apothecary.
herbs and shit.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. But no, I'm enjoying it. I will get back. I'll tell you more about it next week when I play more of it.
Good stuff.
Perhaps I can chime in a little bit better.
I think
I doubt it.
Doubt it. Oh, I'm not here next week. So
what the fuck?
Well, I was supposed to go away last
weekend,
week, and I didn't go away last week because of the snow. So I got to go away next week.
Yeah, right. Go and see your real life friend.
Fuck. I don't give a shit.
Right, Neil, do you want to smash through some of yours?
Okay. I'll talk about a game that probably not many other people have heard about, because it's not a big old game that everyone's talking about. It's called Tactical Breach Wizards.
I've seen this. I really like the look of it.
It's good. I have not played loads.
Is it turn-based?
Yes.
Yes. Right.
So let me just see if I can find a good video. That's one. It's in a foreign language. Let me get it. So imagine you're a wizard. And you have magical powers that help you see into the future. And you take that skill and you put it into a turn-based game where it's called Tactical Breach Wizards. So you're a wizard and you can see into the future, main character. You're breaching into rooms like some sort of Rainbow Six team, and it's tactical because it's turn-based. So there is this whole batshit fucking story that goes along with it. And let me just see if I can move the video on a bit. So basically, you breach into a room with your team of wizards with different skills. What the shtick of this game is, you can see into the future, so you can get to play out your turns, and if it goes fucking wrong, you rewind time and go back and start again. So you get 2 or 3 opportunities basically to play the whole scene out before you have to commit to what you're doing. Well, if you end turn, it commits to it basically, like you do in a turn-based game. And there's this whole weird story where you're all wizards and we've all got different skills. And the first thing you do
types of wizards.
In the tutorial, you play with another character who's like the most powerful fucking wizard that you've ever seen, basically.
Right.
And spoilers, she decides to fuck off to the bad side. So now, where you get to play with her at the start, now you have to play against her and her minions through the main story. And yeah, it's all like, if you're watching, you've got a wizard with like a fucking, what do they call that, infrared like night vision goggles on and all that. It's really stupid. But in terms of like, it doesn't take itself seriously, but it does take itself seriously in making the game parts good. So it's a really good tactical turn-based fighting like event sort of puzzler. So you have to go in and you breach the room, and you've got 2 or 3 maybe of your own team to play against the enemy. And you don't hurt anyone, but you do push them out of windows and shit like that with your magic powers.
Right, okay.
And, you smack them into the walls. You don't have guns, but you have like magic powers that like will push people back, and if they take 2 points of damage by like hitting 2 walls or whatever, they're down and out. So you have your classic like a move range and then an action range, and you have like an Overwatch power. One of the guys, well, as you go through, you unlock more and more powers, but one of the powers you unlock is like a classic Overwatch tactical turn-based thing where you get yourself in a position and you watch a line, and if someone hits that line, bang, you shoot them and they're dead. But they're not dead in this game, they just get knocked out. And then there's all this weird wizard shit going on at the same time with some of the enemies you face do things like spawn spirits or what have you to attack you. But from what I've played of it, it's really good. If you like turn-based games.
So is this like XCOM?
Yeah, but there's no percentages. If you choose to do an action, that is either you get it right or you get it wrong. There's no like rolling a dice.
Right. Okay.
Percentages in XCOM terms.
So you can't like when you move, you can't see if you definitely or like
if you run past somebody and they've got like the Overwatch ability, they will hit you.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Whereas in XCOM, there's a percentage chance they will hit you.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you set up your there's some of your abilities. It's like I can't remember what it's called, but you have one guy who will like have an ability to knock someone into a wall, but their other ability, which they can use afterwards, which doesn't cost action points, will be like if anyone hits this line of sight, it's either like it's like on a cross from you. You can't do diagonally. It's like either straight forward or behind or left and right. It's like on a cross. Right. And if they cross that line, you'll hit them and they'll get knocked back. And if they take enough hit points for like into like your initial hit will cause them a hit point, and if they hit a wall afterwards, then that would be 2 hit points. Sometimes that's enough to knock one of them out, but some of them have armor, they're more strong, blah blah blah. And then you can set up, like I say, you can play the whole scenario out, and then just like if you don't like what you've done, you can just rewind all the steps, and then it's not until you commit it. So you can like play a scene out and go, I like this, do this, and then go, nah, actually I don't like that, and you just rewind it step by step back to the start of each turn.
Why would you not like what happened though? Like surely if you get to or do you mean just like the step?
So you could play the step out, and it might be that because sometimes there's doors where a few more enemies come in.
Oh, okay.
So if you can get to a door, you can seal off doors so that more enemies can't come in and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that you need to do to take account of in each scenario.
Right, I gotcha.
So, but like I say, you can literally, you play it out, you move, do this other guy move, blah, 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 blah. And you can then go, there's a button that says, see what happens. And it will literally play it out. But before that, you can literally go, no, I've done that wrong. And you can rewind it step by step until you're like, nah, I should do this, and then I have to do that. And then so it gives you a lot of freedom to like play each scene out before you go, actually, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Commit to it, and then it plays out. And then once you've committed to it, you can't rewind that.
Right.
And then it will start again. So then whatever, the enemy have their turn, and then you might go, sometimes you're like, fuck, I wish I'd done that in this and that. But most of the time,
I was going to do it originally.
But most of the time, you're like, actually, yeah, I made a good choice because I saw what could have happened. You've got, I can't remember, so I think it limits you to how many times you can see into the future to literally see what happens next. But so the individual fights are really good. It's really stupid in terms of story, so it's worth actually reading what the fuck is going on because it's just a bit daft and humorous, and definitely, even though I ain't played it for a week after starting it because of other shit I've needed to I'm going to finish, like I say, I wanted to finish Astrobot, I wanted to do some bits and bobs, and I'm going to go back to this and carry on with this. But it's very good. Tactical Breach Wizards. It was on sale when I bought it. Not sure it is now. But yeah. if you like a little bit of turn-based stuff.
Is this something you've had on the your
I remember
or?
I played. I think because there was this podcast I used to listen to, or still listen to. It's very infrequent nowadays, called The Crate and Crowbar. I know Fraser listened to it. It's a little bit much for some people because it's very journally, very wordy. They're all very clever people. Some of them a lot of them. They used to be either in the video game press and stuff like that, like Edge and PC Gamer type of thing, rather than, I don't know, YouTube and shit like that. So they've probably all done degrees in English and stuff like that. They're all clever. But it might be a bit too much for some people. And one of the guys that used to do that started making video games, at least one of them. And this is one of their games. I can't remember. It's Tom Senior, I think it is. Maybe. I might be getting that wrong. But he's definitely done the video game. A lot of these guys who write about video games really want to make video games. And some of them go on to do that, and others just carry on writing about video games or get into PR or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But this is one of the guys who started in journalism, ended up making a video game. So obviously played a lot of video games and knows what he likes, and this is what he's made. Small team, but I think it's A, funny, it's B, technically very good, and C, it's actually quite forgiving for one of these types of games. Whereas like XCOM, not very forgiving is one of the things I would say about it. If you fucking commit, you do something and you're like, bollocks, and I'm dead. And that doesn't happen too much in this game. But you can just like go, oh, fuck it, I'll just reload my save point and start again. So it ain't XCOM, but it is good in a different way. So I like it, and I will play more of it soon.
All right.
Tactical Breach Wizards. One of those, it's a bit of a random one. But there you go.
Very good. Fraser, have you got anything?
Nope.
Wow.
Okay. I'll talk about my next one. Me and my daughter have been playing Sims 4.
Oh, he's still hanging on by a fingernail. That daddy-daughter. We're going to spend time together.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So yeah, we've been couch co-oping. We've been sitting together, deciding what our family of Sims will be doing. So it's one of those that you just sit back and you just, you lightly direct.
How are you both playing this now then, together? Have you both owned this?
No.
Or is this like a weird...
We're just sitting together and we're saying...
You play on the same thing? Like the same...
Same computer, yeah. It's not like you have much interaction with the characters in Sims 4.
I've never played Sims.
You direct them to do things or go places or react to things in certain ways, or build and give.
How many babies have you drowned, Dave?
We haven't drowned any babies. 0 babies have been drowned.
Is that a thing?
I feel like that's the thing. Accidentally drowning children.
You used to be able to put Sims in swimming pools and take the ladders away, and then they have no way of escaping the swimming pool.
Mm.
Or you used to be able to, I think you still can, box them into a room with no exit.
So they just
put them into the walls, yeah.
What sort of monster would do that?
So yeah. No, we've been playing it together. It's just been very enjoyable.
Oh, that's good.
There's still quite a lot of updates.
This is quite old, this game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite old. Oh, yeah. But they're still
Aren't they doing some Mega Sims release? I guess talking about some mega open world Sims or something.
I don't know, maybe. They're still selling DLC, and there's still new DLCs being released for it. So I think it's such a money spinner for them that why.
So what is this like? You bought this on PC?
I bought this on PC, EA, like years and years ago, before lockdown.
How much DLC do you own?
I've got about 6 or 7 different DLCs.
This is on. I assume this is on Game Pass through EA Play at some sort of.
I think there is, and there's a free play through Steam, but I own it on EA Access, and that's where I've been like getting the DLC for it, and paid for content. So yeah.
You froze there for me. I don't know what happened.
Okay. I was saying that's where I bought all the DLC and content for it through EA Access. So that's how I access it. So, but yes, it is on Game Pass and it's free on Steam. But yeah,
Is this like a free to start game then? One of those type of things now?
Yeah. I'm surprised they haven't done like a subscription based, here's all the content and like you pay.
That's EA Access Plus or whatever it's fucking called, I guess. You get Ultimate, whatever it's fucking called.
No, I don't pay for anything extra. It's all the stuff that I've paid for, all the additional content and stuff. So, but yeah, they're still doing like giving away free stuff, doing like various missions and stuff. But yeah, hats and content in the game itself. So, but it's we haven't really been focusing on that. So, but we've just been sort of just playing it together and creating a family and having a little retail business.
Nice.
Yeah, it is. I don't get to play a lot of games with my daughter at the moment, so
I don't play any games with my daughter.
No.
Only that. Can you please tidy your room game? Not a very good game. I never win.
Forever losing, yeah.
Sounds like a game that you might be obsessed with.
Yeah. She's not.
No. Go on. You've got the.
I literally just had it up on stream. I was like, bollocks! I've just fucking put the show notes on stream again. I didn't really want. I don't want to do that, but there we go. And now I can't remember what I've got. I was going to do. All right, let's do Sniper Elite.
Oh my god, he's still got 3 more.
Yeah.
Has he got 3?
I've had 2 weeks.
It doesn't matter about the 2 weeks. It doesn't matter. You can. What if you didn't come on a podcast for a year? What are you going to do? Do the whole year?
I didn't realise he hadn't done the first one yet.
Dave, you got. It's all about time management, Dave. You got to keep Neil. It's not about time management. It's about keeping Neil under control.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You keep waffling, and I don't have less time to talk about my video game.
Waffling. That's rich.
Just fucking having a go at me about playing some fucking video games on a video game podcast. I don't know.
It's not a video game podcast. It's just a podcast.
Tell me how Sniper Elite Resistance is the same as the other.
It is the same.
Right.
But I'm near the end of this one, which I haven't got to the end of most of the other ones.
Oh, you've had a week off, haven't you?
Yes. And I've got Game Pass quests that need doing. It's all right. I like it. Oh,
is it more actiony than?
Yeah. Well, I find that if I fuck it up and get into action moments, I'm more likely to succeed in this version of the game than I have been in past, and usually just get murdered by it. Oh, because there's just the one guy. And not a particularly strong guy, because you're supposed to snipe people under cover of noise and stuff like that.
Yes.
And sometimes, if you don't quite time your gunshots right, it's like, 20 people heard you shoot that gun, and now they're all fucking coming to kill you. In the old games, that's what it felt like. And now, if they do that, I can still kill them, because they're a bit stupid, most of the enemies, let's be honest. They're Nazis at the end of the day. They're obviously stupid by design. So yeah, I've been killing a lot of Nazis. It's been a bit of a theme for the last month or so, since the turn of the year. Been punching a lot of Nazis in Indiana Jones, and then now I'm shooting them in
it's like you got something against them or something.
It's almost like their horrible ideology is something to rile against. But depends where you come from. What do we know? Well, it depends where you come from. So yeah, I've been really. This is the only one of these games that I've actually somewhat committed to and actually enjoyed for some reason. I don't know why. Can't tell you why. But I've played a bit of all of the other ones, I think, from maybe 3 onwards, and never really committed to it. But this one, I feel like I'm actually going to finish it. So I'm on level 7 mission 7 out of 9. They're quite large levels. They're quite a lot of open space. They're all. I think you do revisit a couple of scenes. This is because this is like a. Did we talk about this before? Is it like an expander load thing where like it's sort of like a extra bit on Sniper Elite 5, but you can play it without having Sniper Elite 5. So it uses the same engine and all that shit.
Is it like a 2/3 of a game or something like?
I guess maybe, I don't know. It's got
or
a huge
like a
game.
Far Cry Blood Dragon. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah. It's kind of that kind of thing. But I mean, I didn't finish Blood Dragon.
Sort of
This is quite polished, I think, for a AA game, if you like. Things work. It's not really fucking. A couple of times I quit the game, and it tells me that it's not crashed, but it's crashed, and I'm like, well, I literally quit the game. I don't know why you're telling me the game's crashed, because I literally just quit the game, and it seemed to go to desktop fine, but there's like a message saying it's crashed. I'm like, well, I don't know what happened there, but it saves all my progress. Blah blah blah.
Well, that's all that counts.
Yeah. So I've really liked Sniper Elite Resistance. The guy Harry Hawker is a bit comedically bad acting, on purpose, I think. I can't. It's a bit Jason Statham, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I can see that. That's a smart way
he's committed to it,
I mean,
but it's a little bit non-serious.
Well.
Yeah. So the gunplay is good. I still haven't shot anyone in the nuts yet. I've tried a couple of times to shoot at someone in the nuts, and it's not actually shot them in the nuts. So that's one thing I need to do before I finish the game.
You still haven't. I thought you spoke about it last.
I definitely still haven't had the nut shot.
Have you been trying to get the nut shot?
Yeah, I've definitely a couple of times. Most of the time I try and do a headshot, to be fair, and I nail a headshot. But shooting someone in the nuts is a bit more complicated, apparently. So just trying to get that actual aim. Like I go into the same like sniper mode where it slows your heart rate down, slows the vision down, and you get the little red diamond when it aims at the right spot. Well, I haven't actually got
Sniper Elite Resistance nut shot comes up as like a pre-search term in Google.
Well, obviously.
Here's a YouTube video: incredible nut shots in Sniper Elite Resistance.
Yeah, I haven't managed one yet. I've done lots of headshots and eye shots, limb shots, but not a nut shot yet.
Oh, actually, I don't think that's Resistance. That might be something else.
Yeah, maybe not. But yeah,
I'm sure somebody's like just done 100% nut shot.
Yeah, probably 100% nut shot playthrough. Yeah. Yeah. You can do that, I guess, if you want. But
it's an achievement called Daz Nuts.
Daz Nuts.
Yeah.
It's a great game. It's the game of the year.
I've always had a soft spot for Rebellion.
This is like, what's it called? Zombie Army Trilogy, isn't it?
Zombie Army ended up being a sleeper for me. I ended up loving my time with that. I mean, the Sniper Elite games are good. What was the other one they did that was sort of like a...
Is it Zombie Army? No, it's not Zombie Army, is it?
No, there was one where they were sort of like... it was like an adventure
Revolution.
Game where four of you could play 4 people, and they were sort of like...
Oh...
It's sort of Indiana Jones-esque.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I can't think what it's called.
Strange Brigade.
Yes, that's it. Was that them? Rebellion. Yeah, I never played that.
Never played it.
So, anyway, Sniper Elite Resistance. It's on Game Pass. If you want to shoot some Nazis in the head, or the nuts, maybe you should check it out.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Well done. All right, who's next? Oh, it's Neil.
I think it's me. I've got 2 left. Fuck.
2 left. Come on, quick one.
Right.
Even Neil's saying, "Oh fuck."
Elden Ring, Night Rain.
Oh, you're talking about this one next?
Oh, okay. Elden Ring. Oh my god, we'll be here for an hour.
No, we won't, because this is I only played about 2 or 3 hours of this. So Elden Ring Night Rain, upcoming game, comes out in end of May. Comes out end of May.
Is it a new game or is it an expansion?
Yes, no, this is completely new game.
New game. Okay.
Has he not done the sales pitch on you this week? He's done it to us 3 times so far.
I was wankered the first time I talked to you about this, I think. So this is an extraction game, effectively. You have 45-minute sessions, maximum 45 minutes.
Yeah.
You enter as a team of 3. If you don't pre-matchmake, then you enter as a 3 of randos. Which is the only way I played.
My sex life.
3 randos.
2 randos, isn't it?
Well, yeah, you and 2 others, I guess. Yeah, it's a threesome with some randos. Okay. I don't know where to go now. But
so this is like you're all playing together. You're not playing against each other.
No, you play as a trio. So This is the thing. Well, Elden Ring is a solo experience until you opt in potentially to co-op, but that's
or
only occurs
opts in for you.
You co-op. There's co-op optional, or there's also invasions where you can PvP in Elden Ring main game and Dark Souls, blah blah blah, classic. So this is you automatically matchmake as a team of 3, and you play through an area of a new area. It's called Limveld, I believe, which is not in the main game. It all looks very similar to Elden Ring, and you have pre-built classes. 4 at the moment. Pre-built classes. They're like a witch person, a fighting person, like a sort of roguey stabby person, and whatever the other person is, I can't remember. But I played as like the soldier knight type character and the roguey stabby woman. And what happens is you play through these areas. It's random, loads of minions to kill, and the more you kill, you gain the runes. You find a site of grace, as you do in the main game, and you can level up. There's no choosing anything this time around. It's just level up, level up, level up, level up. You get to a max level of 15 to get the most power, most health that you can get, most stamina. Depending on what class you have, it depends on which of those 3 things you get most of. And you can kill mini bosses throughout each adventure to gain weapons and consumables. And then there's also there's 3 days effectively in each run, and at the end of each day you have a proper big boss you have to fight. So each time each day, if you defeat one of the big bosses, you get extra weapons and stuff like that. You get a choice of, and it could be a weapon.
How much of this have you played?
I played maybe 3 hours. I had about 3 runs.
And what is it, like an opening demo or something?
It was a network test, is what we're talking about here. So they literally put the game out as it is, as currently, to test the network capacity, I guess, because obviously it's a pure multiplayer experience, but it's only 3 at a time. It's not normal for Elden Ring. Elden Ring is largely, it plays on your computer, and there's these optional, potentially multiplayer experiences that you can participate in. So it feels very different to what the Elden Ring experience is, I would say. There's a lot of the mechanics are similar, in terms of like the parries and stuff like that, and the weapons you pick up might be familiar if you've played it, but the actual total experience is very different. Like I say, it's a 45-minute max experience, and you've got 3 bosses to kill over 3 days. 3 big bosses, but you've got to find all the mini bosses to get as much good shit as possible to help you kill the big bosses at the end of each day. And I think it's very good. It's a little bit confusing though, because like there's this weird ping system in the game. I couldn't really work out what was going on with that, like how to use it properly. It kept saying like so and so is pinging this area, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. Does that mean they want me to go there or to avoid there? It doesn't really explain. So it's a little bit of learning to be done. even for vets of Souls and Elden Ring, like myself. But I am a bit thick, obviously. So, there is that to account for. But
I don't see anyone jumping into your defense there.
No. Yeah, you can do the whole backstab things and like critical hits. All that shit is all in there. And there's like I say, there's currently 4 classes to play as, and I think could be extremely good to play. It's going to be a lot better to play with people you can just communicate with who know what they're fucking talking about, right. and understand each other and stuff like that. Whereas playing with randos where there's no communication, voice chat, blah blah blah, was not the best experience. But there is huge potential, I believe. Like if you, like me, like a little Souls experience with all that combat stuff, which is great. But hanker for a better co-op experience. This is it. It's going to be great for that.
What's it going to take? What do you reckon your chances of dragging some of us into this are?
I don't know. Honestly, don't know. Like, someone needs to give it a go and go, actually, yeah, this is fucking awesome. Other than me, because everyone's just bored of hearing me say that.
Have you paid for it then?
Not yet. I have decided not to pay for it yet because...
Is it straight up? You got to pay.
I'm going to buy this. Yeah, it's 35, but it's lower price of entry than normal to these games. So the base game is 35 quid on Steam and PlayStation and Xbox, as far as I know. So, and then there's the deluxe version you can pay a little bit more for. But if I buy it on Green Man Gaming, for example, I can pay a little bit less for the same thing. So,
it's not then on Steam for you. So
no, it will be on Steam. It just won't be refundable on Steam when no one else decides to play. But I will probably just buy it anyway and play with randos.
My son will probably buy it.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's going to be great.
Almost guaranteed. Although he doesn't really, I don't know if he has a lot of friends who play Elden Ring, so...
Yeah, I think it's all right with randos, but it'll be much better with people you're actually playing and communicating with.
No, but to be honest, that's the thing that would entice me, right? Playing with you guys and having a laugh.
Oh, you can definitely laugh when people fuck.
I laugh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, honestly, I feel like I don't think we did a proper. No, it's not like that. It's not like that because you can. Well, if you know what you're doing together, you will learn the game, you understand it, the mechanics. You can I reckon you can steamroll most of it. It's just when there's probably like gonna be really hard bosses that you can opt in for. Like there'll be like the standard hard boss on the day 3 or whatever, but if you do this and that, then there's gonna be like a mega fucking boss for the big challenge, blah blah blah, and huge rewards and all that sort of shit. But what I played of it, I was on PS5 because it was only Xbox or PS5 option as far as I knew for the beta test. But I would definitely buy it on PC. You'd hope eventually they get crossplay sorted, but who knows? But yeah, I beat some 3-headed dog on the end of day 3, I believe. It was great. But I did die quite a few times before day 3. So. But yeah. Oh, and the one thing is, if one of you dies during the game, you can revive them. But to revive people, you have to beat the shit out of them to get them revived, which is good. Because it means you have to, like, obviously, if there's 3 of you, one of you has to, like, instead of fighting the boss or whatever, they have to beat the crap out of the person who's down. So they're taken away. It's good. I think it's a good balance. Okay. It's a good balance of what they've done. It's like what they've done is good.
Stand there and like do a 25% health heal or something.
Yeah, you can't just stand there like revive someone like they do in Hunt Showdown. Like standing there not doing anything. You're like literally like hitting people to fucking like. It takes like 3 big hits I think to revive someone, and they come back fairly healthed up.
Right. So okay.
It's not like they come back and then literally like 1 hit they're down again.
You haven't joined anybody called Let Me Solo this?
No, but this fucking like it. I'm sure it's the same as the main game. It's like it was right weird. It was like, have you ever played Destiny? When you do a strike, Like, there's people who've played thousands of hours of Destiny, and they're the ones just like, they're just off they go, they're running away, and you don't know what the fuck's going on the first time you play. And it's like, well, that person obviously knows what they're doing. And that's going to happen if you play with randos, because there'll be like one person just rocking and legging it in all around the map, and if you don't follow them, you're going to get fucked. But if you play together and communicating, I feel like it's going to be a lot of fun. But if you play with randos, you just need to chase the guy who looks like they know what they're doing and hope they fucking know what they're doing. Otherwise, it's all going to go south very quickly. But there we go. It's different enough to make it interesting, and yeah, I think huge potential for a good multiplayer experience. No PvP, obviously, which might upset some people. Well, at least I'm not aware of any PvP at the moment.
Unless you get like not infatuated. What's it called? When you're playing a normal game and somebody just comes in and wants to kill you.
What, team killing?
No, in the normal game.
Oh, invasions.
Invasions, yeah. In case you get invaded by.
Well, speaking of people who might hurt you without meaning to, I played another game the last week. A bit more than I've played for the last while. This has unintentional friendly fire. Lots of people like this game.
Right, okay, yeah.
And I started playing a bit more of it this week because I bought the game and I thought I fucking need to get some money out of this, or money's worth out of this, because I haven't played it much. So I've been playing Helldivers 2.
You've been playing it on a PC?
A PS5. I've been playing it.
Oh, okay. Well, you can play it crossplay, but yeah.
Yes, I need to send friend codes to people on PC or what have you. But quite a lot of this talk was going to be quite negative, because for quite a lot of the last week or 2 weeks when I've tried to play, it keeps fucking crashing on PS5. And I was like, this doesn't happen on console. It's like, why is this? Like, I'll be loading into a mission. You're in your dropship. It's heading down to the planet. Bash. Straight to the fucking error screen. Please send an error message off to Helldiver. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah. This doesn't happen on consoles. And it happened loads of times. I was like, this is weird. And it's had about 3 patches in the last 2 weeks, I think. And last patch, fingers crossed, feels like it's actually sorted all that bullshit out. Because I've managed today to play like 3 or 4 missions with no fucking crashes. And I get into play with people who've unlocked loads of cool shit that I don't have. Because I'm like level 6. And I think you get access to pretty much everything at level 25. And yeah, it takes quite a long time to level up. But yeah, I'm like running everywhere, blah, blah, blah. Just like, I drop into a mission on my own. I'm a bit antisocial when it comes to this game. Drop in on my own, try and solo as much as possible. And occasionally someone will drop in and go, there's like a console chat type thing on the PS5. So you have to press the big fat button in the middle and you can like type chat.
Okay, yeah.
Or you could actually just a microphone chat, I guess. But I don't know why I don't do that. And there's been loads of stuff added to this game since you probably played it. I know, Dave, you played a fair bit of it earlier.
I played a fair bit of it.
There's whole new races have been added to the game since you played it. Did you play against the Terminators? Is the original. There's like the automatons, like the robots, like the Terminators. Yeah. There's a whole new race that's been added since then.
No, I had the bugs.
They look a bit like zombies, so I haven't played against them.
Okay. And apparently they're in Helldivers 1 as a.
Yeah, probably. Helldivers 1 still a baller game. That's great.
Yeah, you played that with your son, didn't you?
I played it. Yeah, he used to troll me, like constantly kill me. Intentional friendly fire. It's supposed to be unintentional, but I know not in that. When I played with my son, I would still play Helldivers 1. It was on sale on Steam for like the full Monty edition for like £4 or something the other week. I was like, I'd still play that game. It's fucking great. Okay. But Helldivers 2 is still very good now it works again. It was pretty frustrating doing all the shit, setting up your armor, all that bollocks, and then loading into a mission and it going, nope, it's not going to work. And you're like, oh, for fuck's sake. There's a new thing called the Gloom. So the latest thing is you have to collect research about the Gloom. That's the big major order. If you do the major order, if everyone does the major order together, you get loads of the medals to unlock stuff in the battle passes. You get missions every day to, like, if you complete so many objectives, then you get extra medals to unlock in the battle passes, blah, blah, blah. It's pretty slow progress, feels like, generally. And if you pay money to get credits to unlock extra battle passes, you're diverting resource to another battle pass, I guess. But if you play loads of the game and nothing else, then it's fine. But now you go in and there's like about 10 fucking battle passes things you can unlock, but they've only got 3 levels, most of them. But I mean, you can unlock some cool shit. So one or two of them, like this big fucking, like, remember Titanfall? You can call the fucking Titan in now, basically, in Helldivers, and just like go around stomping everything.
Okay.
Like, you got like Mech Warrior.
Yeah, I when I stopped playing, they were like, oh, vehicles might be a thing.
Vehicles are a thing. People like, there's what it'll work. It's like they've mishmashed every fucking sci-fi video game together.
Right.
Obviously, it's all about Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
Overarching theme. And there's like, you've got, I don't know if you've heard of this. It's like the dropship that gets you out is called a Pelican. I don't know if you've heard that from another video game.
Maybe.
And then there's what's it called? There's a 4x4 vehicle. Looks quite a lot like a Warthog. Don't know if you've heard of that kind of video. Right. It's got a big fucking gun on the back of it. But the humorous thing is, right, I was on the back. Someone dropped, because you have to get level 25 to unlock the vehicle, the 4x4 thing. So someone else dropped in the fucking vehicle. They drive it. I'm not fucking driving, mate. I haven't driven one of these things. So they got in the car. I got in the big gun on the back, and I was like, nothing to shoot at, blah, blah, blah. And they hit a rock, and I just went fucking flying out of the top of the vehicle. It just like took loads of damage. I was like, I wasn't expecting that. So you take your life in your hands, standing on the turret. I'll say in Helldivers 2. It's just like all of these games would be a lot more fun just playing with people you're actually friends with, who don't mind if you accidentally fuck things up every now and again, or won't completely lose their shit at you if you do. Or maybe they will. I don't know.
Depends what kind of day they've had.
Yeah, exactly. But at the end of the day, if you know them well enough, you can forgive them for losing their shit at you. And they may forgive you for fucking up accidentally.
If you can't forgive your friends for losing their shit, you won't have friends for very long.
No. But I didn't actually put any video up, but it is fucking bonkers, Helldivers 2. And it would be a lot better to play with people, I think probably looks better on PC than it does on. It's a bit of a weird, like.
Is it crossplay?
Yeah. It is cross-platform. So you can, like, as a PS5 only player, I would need to send you friend codes.
Oh wow! Yeah, I'm watching this video and there's like, it's in a, I don't know, like a 4x4.
Yeah, it's literally like a Warthog from Halo. Yeah, they've basically robbed everything from every other video game going.
A lot has changed.
And there's a Titan that you just drove past.
Yeah.
It's fucking batshit. Yeah. And it would be fun with people, It's less fun with people you don't know, but it's still fun.
Yeah. I played this with surprisingly Sarah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of mainlining, sort of leveling up, but once you sort of got past that.
Mate, there's so much shit. I reckon there's so much shit. Since you played it, there's loads of stuff's been added to this.
Yeah.
Loads of new stuff. Cool. It's fun when you drop in a resource, like a big machine gun, or I like the grenade launcher. I drop in a grenade launcher, and that's really handy for fucking disposing of the bug. What are they called? Like when there's they have like Gears of War, another game they've brought from. They have like holes that they come out of, so you just chuck grenades into the holes. If you've got a grenade launch, you can like boosh, boosh. You can do like 2 or 3 really quickly, and that's it. Infestation over.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like someone's fucking around with a Tesla. Really.
Well, sort of like picking up a car and throwing it.
I don't know what they're doing there, but maybe they'll throw it into space and it will eventually fall back to Earth, like everything else that he's put into space.
Yes.
But anyway, Helldivers 2 has been. It's fun. It'll be more fun with people you know.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll be up for playing a bit more of that.
I think I uninstalled it this week. I'll have to put it back.
Any more games, Neil?
I think that's it, mate. I have played bits and bobs. I've played For the King 2. Not enough to talk about. Played loads of Gran Turismo, as per usual. I ain't talking about it. So I played other games, but I ain't talking about it.
Cool.
You're a gaming machine, man.
Oh, I know.
I have had a week off work. I didn't start Cyberpunk, though.
Right. With that, I'm going to call it. We've been going on quite a while now. People are going to be bored.
What? From what? Why would they be bored?
They're like, when is this fucking podcast going to end?
Still, like they fell asleep about 2 hours ago.
Right. I'll say thank you for listening to the Seal Podcast. If you'd like to ask questions, get involved, please contact us on our web form, which is at sealpodcast.com. You can also contact us on email, which is sealpodcast@gmail.com, or to join us on a Discord server. A link is pinned on Twitter, Blue Sky, Acast, YouTube, wherever you can find us. We're normally at Seal Podcast on all those platforms. We upload and stream to YouTube and Twitch if you want to get us live or we re-watch us. Neil, do you want to do a shout out for our Twitch?
I can't see everybody, but I think it's just Mint Safe and Arnie. As far as I can remember. I can't remember if anyone else said anything before Arnie, but there we go.
No.
Thank you for joining live.
Yep.
I'll just say thanks very much, Dave, for hosting. Stellar job.
I should have pushed Neil along a little bit on a few of them, but
it's all right, man.
He was enjoying himself.
Nah, it's no easy task, mate. It takes practice, all right, you know.
I missed his first game. I was like, oh shit, it's got 3 more games.
Someone here has to play fucking video games. I don't know what you mean.
Hang on, the adults are talking. I got about 250 episodes of experience of shuffling Neil along. You'll get there, man. It's just practice.
You've got the snow shovels in Canada, like reminding you of the come on this way. Like
that's right. It's got to push the snow out of the way. Oh, bless you.
No, lovely. It's been good, guys.
It's not doggy now. He's got the hump.
And get some tissues.
Worst tears.
I'm going to cry. Just to clarify.
Cool. Well, it's been a pleasure, guys.
All right. Likewise.
Well, I don't know about that.
No Fraser next week. So me and Neil.
Maybe. I don't know.
Unless Fraser gets in even
I'll
more
try not playing any video games for a whole week and see how the show goes.
Just to spite us.
For all our bitching and moaning, Neil, you know we love you.
Neil will be walking over to his PlayStation 5 and like go, nope, I'm not doing it.
No, I'm not sending no fucking friend codes to you, motherfuckers.
Cool.
All right then.
Right.
You think I'm joking?
No.
Right. Thanks all. See you later.
See you soon.
See ya.
Bye.